PM Modi has advised for social distancing in view of COVID-19 pandemic, but it can never be between the people and the BJP. Adds that the Prime Minister stands firmly with people of Odisha. This he did during Cyclone Amphan to address people of West Bengal through a virtual rally today. Today is the last day to file nominations for Rajya Sabha elections. Elections to fill the 24 vacant seats to be held on June 19th. Highest ever government allocation of 1,01,500 crore rupees under Manrega during financial year 2020 to 21. Work offers to 6.69 crore persons so far in this financial year. Focus on works for water conservation, irrigation, plantation, horticulture and individual beneficiary for livelihood promotion. LG overrules Delhi government's order on reserving Delhi hospitals for its residents only, directs authorities to ensure that medical treatment is not denied to any patient on grounds of not being a resident of Delhi. Also directs that ICMR strategy of testing asymptomatic, direct and high-risk contacts of positive cases be strictly observed in Delhi. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh addresses Maharashtra Jan Samvad virtual rally, slams Shiv Sena-led Maharashtra government over its handling of the COVID-19 situation, says the current situation in the state looks like a circus is going on instead of governance. $1,24,429 COVID-19 patients cured and discharged in the country, 5,137 patients cured in the last 24 hours, 7,200 fatalities. Total number of active cases is now 1,24,981. Over 70,85,000 people worldwide infected by coronavirus. Deaths surpass 4 lakhs. US tops the list with over 19,56,000 people infected. Brazil comes in at number 2 with over 6,91,000 patients. Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukma and our top story. Union Home Minister Amit Shah addressed his second virtual rally in 2 days yesterday, this time addressing the people of Odisha. He said that the centre had worked successfully with states in the battle against the COVID-19 pandemic and stood firmly by the people of Odisha during Cyclone Amphan. He lauded the Modi government's track record on national security while recalling the air and surgical strikes inside Pakistan post Uri and Pulwama terror attacks. In another virtual rally, he addressed the people of Maharashtra. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh slammed the Shiv Sena-led Maharashtra government over its handling of the COVID-19 situation, saying the current situation in the state looks like a circus is going on instead of governance.
Union Home Minister and senior BJP leader Amit Shah, while addressing a virtual Jan Samvad rally in Odisha from New Delhi, said that as Cyclone Amphan hit Odisha, PM Narendra Modi was by the side of the people of the state like a rock and gave immediate assistance of 500 crore rupees. He further said that PM Modi has done more for Odisha than his predecessors and special mention has been given for the development of Eastern India.
जब साइक्लोन आया, अम्फान आया, अपनी जान को जोखिम में डालकर नरेंद्र मोदी जी ओडिया वासियों के साथ चट्टान की तरह खड़े दिखे, चट्टान की। और 500 करोड़ रुपया प्राथमिक रूप से, अभी तो एक टीम गई है, उसकी रिपोर्ट आने के बाद देखेंगे क्या आता है, परंतु 500 करोड़ रुपया मोदी जी ने ओडिशा को पहुंचाने का काम किया.
Amit Shah spoke of making Odisha a developed state. He lashed out at the Congress for politics of dynasty, casteism and appeasement. He also said that now funds reach intended poor beneficiaries through their bank accounts. Amit Shah further said that PM Modi shares the sorrow at the inconvenience faced by migrant workers going home. Amit Shah lashed out at opposition parties for questioning the intention of the government. He further asked the opposition what they have done for the country. He outlined PM Modi's work during Corona pandemic, saying 1.7 lakh crore rupees immediate assistance has been given to the needy in this period of Corona pandemic. Today, the entire world looks at India with pride. Whatever PM Modi says is translated into action. Ayushman Bharat Yojana for 50 crore people. Billionaire has the same right as that of a tribal Dalit in a village as far as health services are concerned. Amit Shah recounted the landmark decisions taken by the Modi government and said that long pending issues like triple talaq, the Ram Janmabhoomi issue have now been resolved. Abolition of Section 35A and partial abrogation of Article 370 as well as the surgical strike are examples of the Modi government's firm resolve.
2019 को नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने संसद में विधेयक लाकर धारा 370 और 35A को उखाड़ कर फेंक, और हम सभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता बच्चे थे तब से नारा लगाते थे, जहां हुए बलिदान मुखर्जी वो कश्मीर हमारा है, मगर हम कश्मीर को हमारा नहीं देख पाते थे। मोदी जी ने जिस पल धारा 370 और 35A को हटाया, कश्मीर हमेशा के लिए मां भारती के मुकुटमणि बनकर भारत का अभिन्न हिस्सा बना।
Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh addressed the Maharashtra Jan Samvad virtual rally. Also present was INB Minister Prakash Javadekar. Rajnath Singh outlined policies and programs for the benefit of farmers, workers and the downtrodden. He also said that PM announced a package of 20 lakh crore rupees to make the country self-reliant during COVID-19 pandemic. This will give a new opportunity for India. Taking a dig at the Maharashtra state politics, he said that BJP never indulges in politics of deceiving or backstabbing. He also took a dig at Allied Congress Party's leader Rahul Gandhi for not taking responsibility for anything.
महाराष्ट्र की जो सरकार है, कम से कम महाराष्ट्र की ठीक तरीके से वह चिंता करे। एक जो उसके साझीदार हैं, एक जो पार्टनर है कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता राहुल गांधी कहते हैं, राहुल जी कहते हैं हम सरकार में तो शामिल हैं लेकिन हम निर्णय में नहीं शामिल हैं। इसका क्या मतलब होता है? यानी संकट की घड़ी में सीधे अपना पल्लू झाड़ लेना कि सरकार से के कामकाज से हमारा कोई लेना देना नहीं है। कांग्रेस का चरित्र है और उनका शौक है पावर विदाउट रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी।
As the nation is battling COVID-19 pandemic, BJP has come out with a unique way of communicating and connecting with its caste and masses, and that is through virtual rallies, literally video conferencing. It is indeed turning challenge of political communication into an opportunity of virtual rallies. With Shalendra Mishra, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
And while reacting to the Indo-China border crisis, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh has said that India and China had positive talks on the 6th of June and both sides will continue to talk about it until the issue is resolved. The Defence Minister also assured that leadership of the country is in strong hands and they will not compromise on the country's self-respect. He also condemned Congress's statements over the border dispute and said that some opposition leaders questioned the centre over handling of the India-China border crisis, adding that he will say what he has to inside Parliament and will not mislead the people.
भारत की नीति रही है हम किसी के सम्मान और स्वाभिमान पर न चोट पहुंचाने की कभी कोशिश करते हैं और न हम अपने मान सम्मान और स्वाभिमान पर चोट बर्दाश्त कर सकते हैं। यह हमारे भारत का चरित्र है। इसलिए मैं कहता हूं इसको लेकर बहुत हम लोगों को समझाने की कोशिश मत करिए। दो देशों का विवाद हो तो दलगत भावनाओं से ऊपर उठकर सबको एक साथ खड़े होना चाहिए। कांग्रेस के लोग हम लोगों के ऊपर लगातार तीर पर तीर चलाए जा रहे हैं। भारत चीन को सीमा को लेकर एक विवाद का सिलसिला लंबे समय से चला आ रहा है। हम चाहते हैं कि यह सीमा का विवाद जल्दी से जल्दी सुलझना चाहिए।
And today is the last date for filing nominations for elections to 24 seats of the Rajya Sabha. Voting time has been kept from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on June 19th, while the results will be declared on the same day from 5 p.m. on June 19th. The Election Commission has ordered the completion of the entire process of elections for 24 seats of the Rajya Sabha by June 22nd. It is worth mentioning that on 25th February, the Election Commission announced the election of 55 seats of Rajya Sabha from 17 states in the country, whose notification was issued on 6th March. 37 out of 55 seats which come from 10 states are uncontested. It was done, and now 18 seats in 7 states are left. The situation arising in the country due to COVID-19 could not be held. Now this election is going to be held on June 19th. The Election Commission also announced simultaneously the election of 6 seats in 3 states for June 19th, including 1 from Arunachal, 4 from Karnataka and 1 from Mizoram. And our correspondent Rishi joins us for more updates. Well, Rishi, is the last day to file nominations for 24 vacant seats of the Rajya Sabha. Well, what are you hearing from your sources? What kind of a contest is it? Is there a contest on the cards? Because many of the earlier seats were, were uncontested, were filled without a contest.
बिल्कुल जिस तरीके से हमने देखा था कि राज्यसभा की शुरुआत में जो 55 सीटें थी, उनमें से 37 सीटों पर जो कि 10 राज्यों से आती हैं, विदाउट किसी कॉन्टेस्ट, यानी कि उन पर निर्विरोध रूप से उन पर चुनाव हो गया। इसके बाद जो स्थितियां बनी, पहले 18 सीटों पर चुनाव आयोग ने तय किए, लेकिन देश में कोविड-19 के चलते ये चुनाव नहीं हो पाए। और जब ये बात आगे बढ़ी तो तिथियों को आगे बढ़ाते बढ़ाते यहाँ तक स्थिति आ गई कि 6 सीटों, यानी कि जो 3 राज्य हैं, उनको भी शामिल किया गया, क्योंकि वो सीटें खाली हो रही थी। कुल मिलाकर के 24 सीटों पर जो अभी चुनाव होने 19 तारीख को इस महीने की, उसमें जो सिचुएशन है, अगर हम देखें राज्यसभा में, तो हम जानते हैं राज्यसभा में इस समय भारतीय जनता पार्टी सबसे बड़ी पार्टी है और उसके पास बहुमत के लिए या किसी भी बिल को पास कराने के लिए जो सहयोगियों की जरूरत है, वो भी सहयोगी उसके पास उपलब्ध हैं। लेकिन हर एक पार्टी चाहती है कि उसके पास ज्यादा से ज्यादा सीटें हो, ताकि वो अकेले दम पर पार्लियामेंट के अंदर अपनी जो बिल है, जो कानूनी प्रक्रिया, उसको आगे बढ़ा पाए। वैसी स्थिति में देखें तो बीजेपी के पास सीटें जरूर बढ़ेंगी, क्योंकि कुछ जगहों पर सीटें उनकी घटी भी हैं, कुछ जगह पर बढ़ेंगी। तो कुल मिलाकर सिचुएशन ये होगी कि राज्यसभा में बीजेपी की सीटें बढ़ेंगी, लेकिन ऐसी स्थिति नहीं होगी कि किसी क्रूशियल बिल को वो अकेले अपनी ही पार्टी के सांसदों के जरिए पास कराने में सक्षम होगा। उन्हें सहयोगियों की जरूरत होगी और वो सहयोगी उनके पास है। तो इस तरीके से देखें तो ये राज्यसभा के जो चुनाव है बेहद महत्वपूर्ण है, इस लिहाज से कि जो राज्यसभा में जो स्थिति है, खासतौर से जो सत्ता पक्ष है, जो ट्रेजरी बेंचेस है, उनकी स्थिति और मजबूत होगी और राज्यसभा में वो और आसानी से अपने काम को आगे बढ़ा पाने में और ज्यादा सक्षम हो पाएंगे।
Right, Rishi, well, thank you very much for joining us there and for your inputs. And moving on now, a highest ever allocation of 1,01,500 crore rupees has been made under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme during a financial year 2020 to 2021. A sum of 31,493 crore rupees has already been released. Work has been offered to 6 crore 69 lakh persons so far in this financial year. Average number of persons to whom work was offered in May 2020 is 2 crore 51 lakh per day, which is 73% higher than the work offered in May last year. A total of 10 lakh works have been completed so far during 2020 to 2021. Focus is on work related to water conservation and irrigation, plantation, horticulture and individual beneficiary works for livelihood promotion. Union Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has said that budget allocation under Manrega has been increased. He added that this is the reason that 5 crore jobs have been created through Manrega so far. He also said that under the direct benefit transfer scheme, money is being successfully transferred to beneficiaries.
मनरेगा के बजट को भी बढ़ाया गया, मनरेगा में एसेट क्रिएशन को बल दिया और मनरेगा में जियो टैगिंग को भी लागू किया और डीबीटी के माध्यम से पेमेंट हो, यह भी सुनिश्चित करने का काम मनरेगा के माध्यम से हुआ। मैं आपके ध्यान में लाना चाहता हूं कि जब से मनरेगा प्रारंभ हुआ है तब से कुल मिला के 5 करोड़ मानव दिवस सृजित हुए हैं।
A day after Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal announced that COVID-19 treatment in hospitals in Delhi would be reserved only for residents of Delhi, Lieutenant Governor of Delhi Anil Baijal intervened and overruled Kejriwal's decision. The LG took the decision in the capacity of Chairman of Delhi Disaster Management Authority and also directed the Delhi government to strictly observe ICMR's testing guideline to test asymptomatic, direct and high-risk contacts of confirmed cases between 5th and the 10th day of coming into contact, which the Delhi government had stopped, as per an order issued on 2nd June.
The Delhi government continues to face flack for its handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Its decision to reserve hospitals for residents of the national capital has stirred controversy. In a fresh turn of events, Delhi Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal has overruled AAP government's order to restrict COVID-19 treatment only to Delhiites at Delhi government-run and private hospitals. In another order, LG has directed the concerned authorities and departments of the Delhi government to ensure that ICMR strategy for COVID-19 testing in India issued on 18th May is strictly observed in Delhi without any deviation. This has now paved the way for testing of asymptomatic, direct and high-risk contacts of a confirmed case that the Delhi government through its earlier order had scrapped. Responding to the LG's orders, Deputy CM of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, cried foul, alleging political interference. Earlier in the day, BJP MP and party spokesperson Meenakshi Lekhi trained her guns at the Kejriwal government. She said that the health infrastructure of Delhi has failed to deal with the COVID crisis. She added that the 5T promise of the Delhi government has not been fulfilled. Delhi government has failed on the testing, tracing, tracking, teamwork and treatment aspects of COVID management. Lekhi alleged that most of the dispensaries, primary health centers and maternity centers have been closed in Delhi. Further, the government has failed to provide PPE kits and basic facilities to health workers.
दिल्ली में जीबी पंत अस्पताल जैसे अस्पताल के ऑपरेशन थिएटर बंद हुए हैं। दिल्ली सरकार के पास 38 अस्पताल हैं। उन 38 अस्पतालों में से मात्र अनाउंसमेंट 5 अस्पतालों की हुई जिनको कोविड हॉस्पिटल बोला गया, लेकिन जो हाई कोर्ट के अंदर एफिडेविट फाइल हुआ उस एफिडेविट के मुताबिक सिर्फ 2 हॉस्पिटल हैं जो कि कोविड हॉस्पिटल्स हैं।
Meenakshi Lekhi also said that the Delhi government has failed to meet the commitment it gave to the Delhi High Court in an affidavit to set up 5 dedicated COVID hospitals. So far, only 2 hospitals have been registered to treat COVID-19 patients. She alleged that the Kejriwal government is misleading the people of Delhi with wrong data.
If Delhi government cannot produce an app and cannot even connect people in the most urban areas, then imagine what is the condition of technology.
Meanwhile, several pleas have been moved before the Delhi High Court regarding health facilities during COVID times. One challenges the AAP government's order directing all hospitals under it and some private ones to admit only bona fide residents of the national capital for treatment. The application contends that the Delhi government's June 7 order was unconstitutional and against humanity. In another similar case, the court has sought the response of AAP government on a plea seeking direction to the government and private hospitals not to deny admission to asymptomatic and symptomatic COVID-19 patients. The plea has also sought direction that hospitals should not insist for coronavirus tests before admitting people even in emergency. In another instance, the Delhi High Court has asked the Delhi government and ICMR to reply to 2 pleas challenging the health department's decision to exclude asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic patients from COVID-19 testing. The court has listed both the matters for further hearing on June 22nd. Clearly, the controversy surrounding the Delhi government's handling of COVID-19 isn't dying down anytime soon. Newsnight Desk, DD India.
And let's now take a look at COVID-19 updates as given by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. In the last 24 hours, a total of 5,137 COVID-19 patients have been cured. So far, a total of 1,24,429 patients have been cured of COVID-19. The recovery rate is 48.49%. Presently, there are 1,24,981 active cases, and all are under active medical supervision. According to data from the Johns Hopkins University, the global count of coronavirus cases has surged past 70 lakhs, while the death toll has surpassed 4 lakhs. The US currently accounts for the highest number of infections with more than 19,56,000 confirmed cases and has registered more than 1,10,000 deaths. Meanwhile, in New York, exactly 100 days after the first coronavirus case was confirmed, some workers returned to jobs in a first phase of reopening from a citywide shutdown to battle the epidemic that has killed over 30,000 of its residents. People who had been staying home for months boarded subways and buses as the most populous U.S. city began a hopeful journey towards economic recovery. New York City, by far the hardest hit U.S. city, on Monday reported the rate of people testing positive for the virus had fallen to a new low of 2%, well below its threshold for reopening of 15%. Those who returned to work were urged to wear face masks and use social distancing to keep COVID-19 cases on a downward trend, particularly those who use mass transit to get to work. And Moscow has started lifting its months-long coronavirus lockdown as authorities believe it was possible to resume normal life during the course of June. Earlier, Russia announced a partial reopening of its borders, saying it would allow people who needed to work, study, get medical treatment or look after relatives to travel abroad for the first time since late March. Russia continues to report thousands of new infections daily, with over 4,76,000 confirmed cases and a total fatality count of 5,963. Foreign citizens needing treatment in Russia or those with close relatives or guardians needing care could also now enter the country. Next in line are beauty salons, hairdressers and vet clinics, while other restrictions, including those on restaurants and cafes, are expected to be lifted later in June. And meanwhile, in Brazil, as cases continue to rise, Rio de Janeiro residents slowly return to their famous beaches to enjoy the sun and sea after the easing of quarantine measures. In the first phase of the relaxation of quarantine, walking on the promenade is allowed, as well as the opening of shops and the practice of individual water sports. During the weekend, small groups were spotted playing sports near the beach, while few sunbathed in the area despite prohibitions. Brazil reported more than 6,90,000 coronavirus cases with over 36,000 deaths. Meanwhile, Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro has criticized the lockdown for paralyzing the economy and causing widespread unemployment and hardship. In the UK, the death toll due to COVID-19 has risen by 55 to 40,597. This is the lowest rise since a lockdown was imposed by Prime Minister Boris Johnson in March. The number of new cases in UK on Monday were 1,205, which is also the lowest number since the start of the lockdown. The data includes no new deaths announced in either Scotland or Northern Ireland for the second consecutive day. British Health Secretary Matt Hancock welcomed the figures, which he claimed were the lowest since March 21st. He added that there were no recorded deaths in London hospitals on Monday. Meanwhile, the 14-day quarantine has been in place from today to all travellers arriving in the UK in a measure to contain the spread of the virus. All arriving passengers will have to fill in an online contact form providing details and travel information, so they can be contacted if they or someone they may have been in contact with develops the disease. And now here's a look at the headlines. Home Minister Amit Shah addresses people of Odisha through a virtual rally, says PM Modi has advised for social distancing in view of COVID-19 pandemic, but it can never be between the people and the BJP. Adds that the Prime Minister stands firmly with people of Odisha. This he did during Cyclone Amphan to address people of West Bengal through a virtual rally today. Today is the last day to file nominations for Rajya Sabha elections. Elections to fill the 24 vacant seats to be held on June 19th. Highest ever government allocation of 1,01,500 crore rupees under Manrega during financial year 2020 to 21. Work offers to 6.69 crore persons so far in this financial year. focus on works for water conservation, irrigation, plantation, horticulture, and individual beneficiary for livelihood promotion. LG overrules Delhi government's order on reserving Delhi hospitals for its residents only, directs authorities to ensure that medical treatment is not denied to any patient on grounds of not being a resident of Delhi. Also directs that ICMR strategy of testing asymptomatic, direct and high-risk contacts of positive cases be strictly observed in Delhi. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh addresses Maharashtra Jan Samvad virtual rally, slams Shiv Sena-led Maharashtra government over its handling of the COVID-19 situation, says the current situation in the state looks like a circus is going on instead of governance. $124,429 COVID-19 patients cured and discharged in the country, 5,137 patients cured in the last 24 hours, 7,200 fatalities. Total number of active cases is now 1,24,981. Over 70,85,000 people worldwide infected by coronavirus. Deaths surpass 4 lakhs. US tops the list with over 19,56,000 people infected. Brazil comes in at number 2 with over 6,91,000 patients. And that's all in this edition of the news. Namaskar.